distinguished guests represented from the Ministry of Health. We are also very happy to acknowledge the presence of Doctor in our midst, who is an expert in this very critical area. Development partners, healthcare professionals, our colleague from Brikama District Hospital, community leaders, Clubfoot Foundation staff, member of media, our invited social media influencers, parents and caregivers, and ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. It is my great honor and privilege to welcome you all to this commemoration of World Clock Food Day on behalf of the Regional Director, Madam Jandak Kujabi, Jaju Kujabi. I extend my sincere appreciation to everyone for taking your time. Today is Saturday. You all join us here to raise awareness about this clock food, a condition that is treatable and should never prevent a child from living a healthy, active, and productive life. So today serves as a reminder that every child deserves the opportunity to walk, to run, to learn, and realize their full potential. So clock food is one of the most common congenital musculoskeletal condition affecting thousands of newborns worldwide, of which Gambia is not an exception. So without timely treatments, it can result in disability, lifelong disability, social exclusion, and economic hardship. So we all can attest to this. It can result to all this. So however, with early detection and appropriate treatment, particularly through the preventive methods, more than 95% of children with Clubfoot can achieve excellent outcome. So this is a very good news that we can all at least embrace. Meaning our early detection of these cases will enhance a lot in somebody's life, which will be more, very, very effective, and the outcome will be excellent. So this commemoration is not only about increasing awareness, but also about strengthening our commitment to early identification. That is detection is very critical. So timely referral and quality treatments and community support for affected children and their families. So together we can ensure that no child is left behind because of a condition that is both detectable and treatable. I would also like to extend my very special welcome to our invited social media influencers. Your presence here today reflects the growing importance of digital platform in public health promotions. So through your voice, creativity, and wide reach, you have the power to educate communities, challenge misconceptions, encourage parents to seek early treatment, and inspire hope among families affected by Clubfoot. So we encourage you to use your platform to amplify today's message and help spread accurate information far beyond this venue. So to our healthcare workers and partners, I commend you your dedication to improving access to quality block food care across our communities. Your continued efforts are transforming lives and giving children the opportunity to grow up without preventable disabilities. As we commemorate this important day, let us renew our collective commitments to ensuring that every child born with Clubfoot has access to early diagnosis, quality treatment, and rehabilitation where needed, and the support necessary to live a full and dignified life. Once again, I warmly welcome you all and wish you a very successful, informative, and impactful celebration 2026. On that note, I thank you all for your kind attention.
The Regional Health Directorate, and especially to the families that are here. I think some sufferers of Clubfoot and also the social media influencers and the Clubfoot treatment team, of course. And I think, as Mr. Suso has said, one of the important things, and my colleague has also said, is the awareness. Because Clubfoot is one of those things that is very, I would say, easily treatable. But in order to treat it, we first have to receive the people who have it so that we can start the treatment. And where the awareness is not there, so in a room like this, if we ask what is Clubfoot and people don't know, then you can imagine if a child is born in a family and you see them with the Clubfoot, then we wouldn't know what to do with them. So I think that's the importance of what I'm going to talk about today. What is Clubfoot? What do we do about it? How can we manage it? I think we have some few models on the table. I was asked whether I know how to say it in Mandinka or Fula or Wolof, but unfortunately, I don't think I do. I think we are stuck in the fact that it's English that we use. I think I went to Guinea-Bissau to do some teaching on Clubfoot, and because of their Portuguese and Creole, they had a word for it. But it seems we don't, in our native languages. I'm not aware, at least, that we have a word for it. And maybe as the foundation, that's something we can start and look for, something that we can use, a word that will be universally known in all the languages, that people, once you hear it, you know this is Clubfoot. Because the easiest way to say it, say maybe in Mandinka, would be Singo Men Jenketa. But Dabato Men Jenketa, because it's down, because if you say Singo, it can be anywhere. So anything bend, they say, okay, it's something there. So the name Clubfoot comes from something that most people don't know very well, which is golf. I know our former president used to play a lot of golf, but that thing that they use when they're hitting the golf ball is called a club. And the way the end of the golf club is, that's the way the Clubfoot looks. Let me just, stand up and borrow one of the models here. So this, if you see the way the foot is, it looks almost like a golf club. That's where the name Clubfoot comes from. The essential thing about Clubfoot in medical terms is what we call congenital. What that means is the child is born with it. So the child comes out, the baby comes out, they are born, and the foot is curved like this. But it's curved in such a way that if you leave it, it will lead to permanent disability in that child. It will lead to a lifelong problem in that child. Have these ulcers on their legs sometimes because of the way they walk. They can't find shoes. So many problems. So something that we can treat from birth, if you miss it, for the rest of that person's life, they're going to lead a different life. And it's going to put strain on themselves, strain on the family, strain on the government for resources and the health sector for resources. So it's something that we need to see as very important. If we look at the rate of Clubfoot, in Africa, they say it's about 1.3 per 1,000 live births. If you look at the rough number of people born in Gambia every year, say about 80 to 85,000, that means over 100 to 110 children every year likely are born in Gambia with Clubfoot. But again, if we look at the numbers that we are treating, I'm sure I don't know if we are getting 100 a year. That means that there are a lot who are not coming to us for various reasons. Some of those reasons are very cultural. I'm sure if you see a child born with this type of foot, what's the first thing people think about normally? What do they say? It's a witchcraft. Something happened. The mother was bad. Normally they blame the mothers for everything. So even the mothers start to hide the children sometimes. You don't want to bring them out because if you do, they'll say, what did you do to have a child like this? Something must have been wrong. So all of those social issues prevent these children from coming out. So it's important that we get that sensitization out there so that as soon as a child like this is born, someone sees and say, this thing that's wrong with your child's foot, did you know that it's very easily treatable? There's a place where you can go, you won't have any operation, it will be treated almost free of charge, and your child can have a normal life. You have to go once or twice a week for 3 months, and then that's the end of it. I think anybody would want to accept that for the future of their child. But it's important that they were able to tell people these things. So that's essentially what is Clubfoot. So as I said, the child is born with it. Most of the time, we don't know why they have it. It's not like it's in the family, that the father has it, so the child will have it, or the mother has it, so the child will have it. It's what we call in medical language idiopathic. It just comes, we don't know why. It is slightly higher in Africa. For some reason, it's also slightly higher in poorer populations, but we don't know the exact reason why it tends to happen. Mostly, it is boys that get it more than girls. Almost twice as many boys than girls will get it. And also, it can jump, as I say. So you have it, your child might not have it. So as I say, it just comes. There's no reason why. There's nothing that you have done. It's nothing that you ate during your pregnancy. It's nothing that you could have avoided. Most of the time, it will just happen. So what can we do about this clubfoot when the child is born? In the past, the children will grow up to maybe 7 years, 8 years with their deformed foot, walking with these funny shoes that they have to tie on their leg. And they would then have a very complex surgery, and the results were not very good. But there's a method called Ponseti method, which was devised by a surgeon, a Spanish surgeon called Ponseti. And he devised a method that he just manipulates the foot. Manipulate meaning they just do some twisting movements to the foot. And with that alone, he showed that they're able to correct almost 95%. So they will change the shoe as they grow older, but at night time they wear it. That's because at night time the foot can go back to its normal position because it's not being stretched. When the child is walking around and playing, they're stretching it themselves, but at night when they're relaxed, it can come back. And if it comes back, it's a little bit more difficult to treat. But saying that, if you are a mother whose child was born with a foot like this, and you know that for the rest of their life they're going to suffer with bullying, with all sorts of problems, and that can be avoided with this 2 years treatment, let me say, that only requires you to come to hospital 5 or 6 times, maybe, or maybe say 10 to change the braces once in a while, and no surgery is involved, would you accept that or would you not accept it? And I think most people would likely want to accept that. So that is the success of the Ponseti treatment. It's made the treatment more accessible also. Surgery we know is expensive. People can't all afford surgery. I know when the Clubfoot Foundation started, there were some older cases that had been missed that they tried to find sponsorship for to take them abroad, and it's very expensive. This is free for the person who is receiving the treatment almost. You just have to come for your appointments. And if they come for their appointments, they get this good treatment. It changes the life of the child forever, and they grow up to become anything that they want to be. There are cases of famous footballers who've had clubfoot and they are playing high-level football. You won't even know that they've had problem when they are older. They live a normal life, and that's what we are aiming for. I think the Clubfoot Foundation, since 2018, when it started, I believe, so we're now in the 8th year, has done very well with that. And there's 3 aspects of the way that things are being done. It's through training, so a lot of healthcare workers have been trained along the whole breadth of the country. So it doesn't matter whether you are born in Banjul, whether you are born in Bansang, North Bank, anywhere. There's now a treatment center that's close to you that you can go to and get the treatment. And trained healthcare workers. Initially, we used to get healthcare workers from other parts of Africa coming to train us. Now, some of us are trainers and we're training in the country. So it's spreading and the treatment is spreading and everybody is able to get good quality treatment, hopefully wherever you are in the country. And as I said, the other part is the sensitization, which also they're trying to do good work. I think today we're hoping that we're going to get that message out there a lot more. That next time we sit in a room like this and someone like me says, "Who has heard of Clubfoot?" Everybody will put their hand up. Yeah. They'll say, "I watch X's TikTok. I watch this one's Facebook. I watch this one's Snapchat. I saw it. I know what is Clubfoot." Because as easy as I've said the treatment is, the easiest time to treat is when the child is very young. We've treated patients, I think the oldest was maybe 7 years or 8 years old, if I'm not mistaken. It can still be treated, but it's more difficult. If you get a newborn baby, it's much easier to stretch the foot and get a better correction and better treatment. They can be treated much better, have much better results. So anybody who's seeing them in the community, whether it's a friend of the family, whether it's a traditional birth attendant, whether it's a healthcare worker, that can see, identify, and say, "This is your problem. I think you need to go to this center at Bansang. I think you need to go to a center at Farafenye, Brikama, wherever it is, and get your treatment. So the sensitization and the training, and the last part, of course, is the treatment that's being provided. And I think you can't understate the impact that the Gambia Clubfoot Foundation has had in terms of treatment. Because these bars, of course, you can see how they are. They're not cheap, I'm sure. But they were able to get them through partnerships to be given free to children. The POPs that are used, a lot of the supplies that are used, if we were, if it was looking for it to be provided, it may not be provided. If the family had to buy them, that would discourage some people from treatment. So everything that's being done is to encourage treatment. You know that you would need to just come for your appointment, and you'll be able to get almost everything that you need without having to pay anything for it. So having well-trained people delivering that treatment is another success of the foundation and treatment of Clubfoot. So I think I stop there for now. Hopefully I've explained enough what Clubfoot is, not too complicated, and how the treatment works, how we can help to identify them early, refer them early so that they get treatment early, and what the treatment looks like for somebody who has Clubfoot. Thank you.